So this last week we went to a prayer and missions conference in the Sunshine Coast of Australia. It was hosted by the YWAM team there in Sunshine Coast, and there's over 13 YWAM campuses there. So there's over 450 staff and students from around YWAM in Australia and New Zealand came together to focus on prayer and missions. It was just really cool to see like all the expressions of YWAM come to one gathering, and really focus on like worship and prayer and like going out into the world. And so it was a really cool setup. They had different sessions of teaching throughout the day, from people. There's some guys from the States that were there. There's some guys from New Zealand, from Australia that taught on different topics. And they always had worship going throughout the day. It was just a really cool opportunity for our staff and students and for us to learn like more about missions, and through the context of prayer and worship is actually what sends us out into the world to share the gospel and gives us that heart for the nations. So there's different breakout sessions throughout the day as well, related to prayer and evangelism and reading scripture. There's just like a full 4 days of just being in God's presence and like really digging into what does prayer and missions look like in our lives practically. Yeah, it was really cool. We learned a lot, and another cool thing that happened that this last week was all 24 hours there's always worship and prayer happening. So even overnight, they had rostered on people to pray and worship throughout the night. So we got to worship from 12 to 1, and then 1 to 2, and then 6 a.m. One morning. And so it was just really cool. Even when we were sleeping, there was worship and prayer happening. So it's just a really cool 4 days to really dig into, like, receive what God had for us in the area of prayer and worship and missions. I think we took away a lot, and